Today, I'm going to dive into the health insurance landscape in Singapore and explain some of the jargons which often cause confusion. Firstly, a short disclaimer. All materials and contents found in this presentation are strictly for information purpose only and should not be considered as an offer solicitation to deal in any of the products found in this presentation. I'll use this document, your guide to health insurance, available in the LIA website. This is a mandatory point of sale document which you will receive or be directed to download from the website when you purchase a health insurance policy. But how many of us actually read it? Okay, let's go. First, we start with MediShield Life. If you are a Singapore citizen or permanent resident, you are automatically covered under MediShield Life from 1st November 2015, even for your pre-existing conditions. MediShield Life is the basic healthcare insurance designed to pay for hospitalization in Class B2 or C wards in public hospitals. Coverage under MediShield Life is for life and there is no age limit for entry into the scheme. You will not lose your MediShield Life coverage even if you have financial difficulties, as there will be help for those who are unable to afford premiums even after government subsidies. For people who require higher coverage than B2 or C wards in public hospitals, like if they wish to stay in the Class B1 wards or even the Class A wards of public hospitals, or if they don't even consider public hospitals, they prefer the private hospitals, then MediShield Life will not be enough to provide coverage for them. Look, this is taken from the Ministry of Health website regarding the MediShield Life scheme. As you can see, there are claim limits to the MediShield Life coverage. For example, you can only claim up to $800 per day for stay in the normal ward. If you need to undergo surgery, the MediShield Life scheme only covers up to a certain limit depending on the surgical table, so on and so forth. This means that if the bill exceeds the limit, which can happen especially in the case when you go for higher ward types, then you will need to top up the difference using your CPF MediSave or cash. Bear in mind that MediShield Life also does not cover deductibles and co-insurance, which I'll explain more in detail later on. There are many reasons why people go for higher ward types than the obvious one, that it is more comfortable. Using Singapore General Hospital as an example, if you look at their ward description, you can see that the type C class ward shares a room with 7 other patients, no attached bathroom, no TV, so on and so forth. People usually prefer more privacy and more space to recuperate, especially when they are already not feeling well. So if you can afford it or if your insurance pays for it, then you can opt for a little more comfort. Secondly, Class B2 and C class ward types are considered subsidized healthcare. So you will receive what they call team-based care, led by an assigned specialist. As compared to Class B1 or A ward patients, they get to be treated by their preferred specialists. In other words, they get to choose their specialist doctors. Thirdly, some patients may be already seeing their specialist doctors for ongoing treatment, and their doctors do not operate in public hospitals. Fourthly, some patients forego public hospitals entirely because of the long waiting time, especially for non-emergency planned treatments like slip discs. If you have it, you will know that it is very painful, but it is not life-threatening. And as a subsidized patient in the public hospitals, you may not get treated immediately, as compared to the scenario where you consult an orthopedic surgeon and arrange for surgery as soon as your surgeon's calendar allows. Okay, so if you feel that you need higher coverage than the MediShield Life, then you may consider increasing your insurance coverage with an integrated shield plan, also known as IP. IP is comprised of 2 parts: basic MediShield Life and an additional private insurance portion run by private insurers, typically to cover Class A and B1 wards in public hospitals or private hospitals. There is no duplication of cover between IPs and MediShield Life. In the event of a claim, you will only need to make one claim to the private insurer. What are deductible and co-insurance? Most insurance policies have the deductible and co-insurance features. A deductible is a fixed amount you have to pay per policy year before any policy benefits are paid out. This amount is very similar among the various IPs, like for private hospital wards, the deductible is $3,500 for most IPs. However, this amount does differ in some cases, like it's higher if you cross certain age. So just be aware to take note of it in the respective brochures. Once you've fulfilled the deductible in that policy year, not calendar year, subsequent hospitalizations will not incur the deductible until it resets the following policy year. The co-insurance is the percentage of the bill you have to pay on the portion of the bill above the deductible. Usually it's 10%, but it's also good to check with the brochure first. Deductibles and co-insurance can be paid out of your CPF MediSave to a certain limit, exceeding which you will need to top up with cash. With the IP, you have the option to add riders to cover deductibles and co-insurance, so you do not need to worry about forking extra cash in the event of hospitalization. Different IPs of different insurance companies and their respective riders work very differently. Sometimes they cover the deductibles fully, sometimes they reduce the quantum. For co-insurance since March 2018, the Ministry of Health announced that they will be incorporating a 5% copay feature into the new IP riders in 2021. Thus, from this year, most IP riders do not cover co-insurance fully, except for some very old policies. Pictorially, it looks like this. Take this as the whole hospital bill. We shave off the deductible first. On the remaining hospital bill, we apply the co-insurance. The rest of the bill will be covered by a combination of MediShield Life and your IP. If your IP rider covers deductible and co-insurance, then this portion will also be taken care of according to the terms of the plan. In my channel, I have discussed 4 out of 7 IPs available in Singapore, so do check them out. Like and subscribe to my channel, tell all your friends about me, drop me a comment to tell me what you like or what you would like me to talk more about in my future videos. This will really encourage me to make more such videos for you. Thank you. There are other types of policies like the hospital cash policy or the personal accident policy, which can help to cover your insurance gap. I've included in the free resource link in the description box a personal accident quote from 3 different insurance companies which you can use for reference. Or we can also arrange for a one-to-one Zoom meeting to talk more about your insurance needs. Just scan the QR code to grab a spot on my calendar. So I think this is it. Drop me a comment to say hi, join my Wellnex community and grab your free resource. See you around and be blessed in your finances and in your life. Bye!